All right, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai. All praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors and salutations to Joachim that's laboring in his truth and sincerity, okay, without wavering. And the show we're gonna call it. We told you they were coming. All right, and as you see here, you have this is from the Fox 13 Seattle channel 4 days ago, and this is something that's been being talked about for the past couple months. Actually, now it's actually here. It says a UFO hearing. Pentagon shows the classified photos, etc., and video. So we've been told you a long time ago, and a lot of people thought we were crazy and everything. They thought we watched too many movies, but now, and it's to the point where you can't deny it. It's unavoidable. You got to acknowledge it. Which all means that we're just that much closer to the end of this society, the end of this world, the end of this wicked kingdom. All right, and that's why Esau is scrambling and they're really pushing. And hey, don't be surprised. I mean, I'm not saying it, but by the end of the summer, if they start, you're gonna have to have that seed thing to operate. You know what I'm saying? Because that seed thing is real, man, and that's why you see all these different, commercials and with them getting everything under the system, going into the system of the beast. All right, that integrated system where they making everybody get that digital oil, if you will, that which Revelations 13 spoke about, which will connect you, right, and allow you to be able to operate and everything. All right, that's what they pushing towards that system, and it's really coming down to the wire, and so that's why now they gotta leak. They gotta how do you say, declassify all of the secret footages and documentaries that they had about everything about the chariots. Don't be surprised if they start showing you more footage that they knew about Leviathan, or dinosaur things of that nature that they always wrote off as fairy tale or didn't exist, because we're in a time now where the truth is being revealed, man. The Most High is opening everything up. All right. So, matter of fact, before I go there, I wanted to read this in Isaiah 42 and verse 9. It says, "Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare." Yeah, an example of that, when you go in Revelations, right? It speaks about World War One, excuse me, World War Two, right? So World War I and World War Two, we know that happened already, right? One woe, okay. The second woe is coming, right? That happened already. And it said the third woe cometh quickly, all right, which I believe that's in let me just double check it. I think that's Revelations 11, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just go just to make sure. Revelations 11 is around 14. Yep, here we go. Revelations 11 and 14. It said the second woe is past. And is that not true? World War II happened already. That's history. That's done. It done happened. And it said, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So this is the time that we're embarking on. And that's why all hell is breaking loose with the shortages, the supplies, and people are really going to feel it, man. They're going to feel it. That's why the Lord said there's going to be weeping and gnashing of the teeth, okay? So that's the time that we're coming into, you see? So now, back to Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. And see, starting with the head elder apostles on down, even going back to the to our heads, if you will, all right? To men like High Priest Ariah, King Masha, High Priest Elder Yaikwab. They spoke about the chariots, man. When you go into history, our ancestors in slavery, they spoke about UFO. One of the main Negro spirituals that we like to cite is what? Swing down, swing low, sweet chariot coming forth to carry me home. So now Esau here, because now they're having a hearing and a discussion. There's no discussion, but Esau, and see, which I'm not, of course, this video is like about, if y'all get a chance, just type that into the headline, UFO hearing. Pentagon shows the classified photos and videos. But of course, they try to sit there and talk it, talk like it's all speculatory, and try to sit there and this is Esau and his pride. They know that that these chariots exist. They know that the angels are out there. They know that that's the Lord, and they know that that's how the Lord is coming back in those so-called UFOs. But they play around with it. They sit there, because they can't deny it. Because right now, everybody got smartphones, and daily, people are posting different videos of live footage. With the Apostle Ramlov did one live feed, which I forget what brother took it out. I forgot where the live feed was from. I think it was the dude said he was watching Hulu or not Hulu. What the Roku, a live feed with all kind of chariots. So there's more and more of these things happening, and we've been telling you that this was going to happen, man. Just like we telling you about the seed thing, that they're going to implement that, and they're going to send that. That's what it's talking about when it speaks about that MOTB in the scriptures, that seed thing. All right, that charagma thing. All right, that's that thing that they're going to put up in you. All right, and that's part of the prophecy. We've been telling you. We told you that there was going to be a famine. I mean, the famine ain't all the way there, but shit. And this is going to be one of great epic proportions, man. That's why you got these people talking about the things that are happening they haven't seen since the Great Depression. All right. They're talking about basically the stocks and everything. Nothing's looking good. It hasn't been looking good. But it's all because why? We're at the end of this bitch, man. So now it's coming out about what? The chariots. And people are going to see the chariots even more, to the point where they're going to be sitting there even for a longer period of time. Because sometimes a chariot might be there, and a person might go to pull out their phone or video to record it, then they can't catch it, or maybe it might be too far where the video doesn't catch it, but you can see it with the eye. No, they're gonna be like right there, bam, bam, okay, right in your face. But anyway, let me play this real quick, then I'm gonna hit the scriptures.
The subcommittee will come to order. Without objection, the chair may declare a recess at any time. Before we get started, I want to recognize a moment of silence for the victims.
So this is like less than a week ago. This is May 17th. I think today's Sunday the 22nd. So this is 5 days ago, right? That this just happened, 2022, of them having this hearing. So and it was a time when people thought we were crazy, and that's why I had to name it that. We told you they were coming. We told you that the chariots were coming, because that's how the Lord's coming. When he said, I would not meet thee as a man, all right, in Isaiah, well, because why? He's going to be coming with the so-called UFOs, okay? And matter of fact, let me just, since I'm speaking on that, I'm going to go right back to the hearing, just in case I don't, I want to bring out a couple of scriptures. We'll see what the Lord allows to come out. Revelation chapter 1, verse 7. It said, behold, he cometh with clouds. And then in the book of Psalms, it tell you that the Most High maketh the clouds his chariots, man. So that's why when you see some of the shapes of these so-called UFOs, they look like actual clouds. All right, they bright, like a bright cloud. All right, it said, behold, he cometh with clouds, speaking about the Lord, Yahweh Shai, all right, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. It said, and every eye shall see him, okay, and they also which pierced him. So wait a minute. Who pierced the Lord, 2,000 years ago? Those Roman soldiers that pierced him, right? So you mean to tell me that they're still walking around the earth over 2,022 years old? Well, hell, even more than that, 2,040 years old? No, that's talking about in the reincarnation. Everything is reincarnated, you see? So it said, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall well because of him, even so Amun. So this is speaking about Yahweh Shai when he comes back. And they said they're going to see him because of what? Those so-called UFOs, which now they're in here discussing about them and what they really are. Okay, and letting you know about they've been had footage of it.
Anytime. Before we get started, I want to recognize a moment of silence for the victims of the white supremacist hate crime in Buffalo, New York. The subcommittee has focused intently on that threat in both open and closed hearings. It is utterly devastating to see more victims of this violence. Buffalo are hard.
Which, yeah, a lot of these, that's even the new thing now. They for the gun control, and basically that's them setting off this war, man. This is what the elites, the so-called government, your same government, that old red, white, and blue that you trusted in, this is what they plan. They show you in the movies, okay? They had what was that purge? Election day, I think it was. All right, and then where they got mad because they said, damn, these motherfuckers ain't killing each other fast enough. So they sent in troops and armies. And a lot of times when you have these so-called shootings that happen, when people get their emotions involved in it, so they get all emotional about it. But when you deal with the truth and reality, and when they do further research, you find out that they are so-called sharp shooters and stuff like that. A lot of these sharp shooters from the military, they go back into the public, and then when they called upon, a lot of them sign up for these private companies, Blackwater, Black Ops, and all this, off the book, off the record type mercenary groups that they have here in the United States. Just like when they assassinated the president of Haiti. All right, they got some secret mercenaries from the United States, I believe, Cuba, and a few other places that they got them from. So that's what they have out here. So they're speaking about these things, but these are things that they're behind, but they're doing it for the Lord's purpose. Because why? The Lord's purpose is to destroy this place off the face of the earth. All right, so now let's go on with the video.
Breaks for you. With that, I ask my colleagues to join, pardon me, we will now turn to the business of this hearing. More than 50 years ago, the U.S. government ended Project Blue Book, an effort to catalog and understand sightings of objects in the air that could not otherwise be explained. For more than 20 years, that project had treated unidentified.
See, so over 50 years ago, and this is nothing new, but people were sitting there thinking that we were crazy saying it, and they called it Project Blue Book, right? So now they have no choice to speak about these things. So these are records that they have going back, before a lot of us was even born, man. All right, it shows you how deep they were with this cover up. That's the point I want to bring out, and showing you that how important, the reason why they're doing it, and it's a reason too, and the scriptures tell you. You see, and that's why they're trying to do away with the Bible, because all these things that the Bible answers all these things, but you got to be a man of the Lord. All right, the spirit of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai has to be upon you for you to understand the mysteries and the prophecy. See, we know because the Lord showed us these things, but now here's even further proof of these things that they had dating back that's actually 70 years ago. All right, Project Blue Book.
Anomalies in our airspace as a national security threat to be monitored and investigated. In 2017, we learned for the first time that the Department of Defense had quietly restarted a similar organization tracking what we now call unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. Last year, Congress rewrote the charter for that organization, now called the Airborne Object Identification and Management Synchronization Group, or AIM-SOG for short. Today, we will bring that organization.
So again, why would you know how many millions of dollars each are spending on these different groups with technology and the studies of trying to, base, and they know that it's the chariots of the Heavenly Father. They know that it's the Most High's, the Heavenly Father's technology, right? That true God gene, that godly technology that they're trying their best to carnally and physically mimic it, So that's why you'll see them. That's where they got the ideal of making a stealth fighter. Because why? Back then, that's how the chariots, and I think either on this video or maybe it's the next video that I got where the guy actually goes, matter of fact, hold up.
How to escape the heat if you don't have an air conditioner. This only takes 5 minutes.
Yeah, this video right here.
If you're tired of hot and stuff.
It's a privilege to be here with you today to address your questions regarding unidentified aerial phenomenon, or UAP. What are UAP? Put simply, UAP are airborne objects that, when encountered, cannot be immediately identified. However, it is the department's contention that by combining appropriately structured...
This is another video, but it was a video where they were showing, or it might be in the other video, pardon me, I watched a few of them, so I might have them mixed up. But anyway, what they were showing is they showed the different chariots surrounding the Navy ship, you see? And matter of fact, it might be in the one that we were at. But if not, the point is that's where they got the ideal to create some of these aircrafts that they have, all right, with the aerodynamics, and then putting in the stealth capability and things of that nature to hover, because this is how the chariots were appearing. All right,
today,
back to this video.
Bring that organization out of the shadows. This hearing and oversight work has a simple idea at its core. Unidentified aerial phenomena are a potential national security threat, and they need to be treated that way. For too long, the stigma associated
And
with
see,
UAP.
and that's why they set up the Space Station Next. All right, they had the Star Wars program. Okay, that's why Red Ronnie, remember you made that statement, you know, about at the what was it, the United Nations, where he said, what if we realized we had a common enemy from outer space? Will we not put aside all of our differences and join our armies together to fight against that common enemy? So that's why they're saying it's considered a threat. But the reason why it goes deeper, and even more so now, because the prophets are back. The Lord got us back here, and we're telling them that that's how the Lord is coming in those same UFOs. All right, that's the same chariots that during the time of Elijah, during the time of Moses, that let the pillar of fire at night and the cloud by day. All right, so that goes back to the scriptures. Those are the angels of the Most High, and they coming back to get you devils, man. Okay. And what's happening, the scriptures tell you in Isaiah the 13th chapter, right? The Lord of hosts mustereth the battle. So the Lord got all these other nations getting in place, bombing each other over there with Ukraine, Israel bombing Syria, and all over the world. You got what's happening in China. So all these things are happening. All these pieces are being moved around and shaken up so that what? Right in the midst of it, all of a sudden you're going to see these UFOs, these chariots. And it tells you, okay, and matter of fact, Lord willing, we're going to get that too in the 13th chapter of Ezra. It tells you what's going to go down. And matter of fact, like you brothers, y'all can look. I mean, it's some interesting stuff on that, but I want to hit these couple scriptures, and Lord willing, you know, we'll wrap this up after these few scriptures, Lord willing. I mean, because this is just stuff that I'm going over stuff that we went over time and time, but through the Spirit of the Lord, we constantly tell you because we believe in these things. And there's brothers that actually saw these chariots. I did see one time at in the city at the camp. I seen it on 34th. All right, we was out there, and I remember that day was crazy too, because you know what's crazy? Because back then in 34th and 7th used to be one of the wildest zones. There's some wild zone campsites, but that was one of them wild ones. You never knew what to expect. Each week was some other new folly, wickedness, demons. But anyway, you know, people coming up against us talking shit all. But when them chariots came by, right? They flew by. I believe it was 7 of them, if I'm not mistaken. Motherfuckers stopped. It was quiet. It was this the apostles and the other elders, they'll tell you that was there. It was this nigga woman, I think her daughter was with her, I believe. And they walked by and they looked at the pastor and said, what's that? They was all scared, you see? So, hey, like the scriptures say, in the day of thy power, thy people shall be willing. All of the scoffing right now, you got people scoffing, trolling still. You know, you just got a lot of foul, worthless, low-life bugs, man, out there, you know? Little bugged out ass, crusty niggas, man, you know? And so right now they do, but once the Lord start really putting that pressure and all these things that start to appear, you're not going to hear a peep from nobody. It's not going to be, look, it's not going to be a hard thing, even though it seems almost impossible, right, to get the black woman back in order, right? Because the only thing I could think of is you just got to get rid of them, kill them, finish them off. But when the Most High raise up and give us that power, ain't no brother going to have no problem with none of these women, man. All right? And yeah, they in that day, the Lord will put them to death. They will die in that day if they try to get cute. Because their time of running rampant and free and doing all whatever wickedness they want to do, that time is just about over with too. All right? And I'm just saying it as it is, man. All right, so now let's go to the 6th chapter, Zechariah, right? Or the 5th chapter, pardon me. Yeah, Zechariah 5. So now again, this is the prophecy, and this is why we've been telling you that, look, these chariots are going to come. This is the book of Zechariah, the 5th chapter, verse 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roe. And when you look at some of the pictures, like I said, you know, I won't really play the whole video. You know, y'all can look at the rest of the video if you want. Some of y'all brothers probably seen it already. Some of it's clips that they bring out every so often. But when you look at some of the versions of these chariots, they actually look like a round, like a roll. Like that's why they call them flying saucers sometimes, right? So it said, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So that's a huge ship. a huge chariot. It says, verse 3, then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. All right, meaning what? This is going to hit the earth as a curse. Just like when you see in the War of the Worlds, and you see them, they got the chariots as those tripod creatures, which they got that kind of from in Revelations, the 10th chapter, and other versions of the scriptures of the chariots. But they're going to be even worse than that. But just like how they hit the earth and it was a curse, they started destroying everything in their path. Well, that's what's going to be happening before the nuclear missiles happen. All right, so this is a major prophecy too that we got to speak of, because this is how Yahweh Shai is coming back. It says, for everyone that stilleth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. Yeah, the Lord's coming back with that judgment, man. I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts. Excuse me. And it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swears falsely by my name. All right. So that's the Lord. The house of the thief is speaking about who? The damn devil, Esau, the so-called white man. America was gotten by ill-gotten gains, man. They murdered, robbed, raped, and robbed, and murdered some more, okay? And killed some more. All right. So now let's go to real quick in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. And matter of fact, I'm gonna go back to the video to play back what my man was just saying.
And they need to be treated that way. For too long, the stigma associated with UAPs has gotten in the way of good intelligence analysis. Pilots avoided reporting or were laughed at when they did.
Oh yeah. They were keeping it out of the media, and that's why a lot of them are briefed to not say nothing. Maybe if you catch them when they old and they don't give a damn, they're at home drinking a bottle of scotch and a reporter comes, then they'll tell everything, because there are pilots that have spoken about it. There's one pilot, I remember we had the video, this was years ago, and they asked him what did he see. He said he saw men with leathery brown skin with afros, man. That's how he described the beings that was controlling those phenomena, those unidentified aerial phenomena that they talk about seeing. And we know that to be the angels, okay? That's what,
The officials relegated the issue to the back room.
And angels would never look like no goddamn Cupid or no crackers, man. The angels were dark skinned, man. The scriptures tell you that about the angels. You see, that's why when you go into a lot of the Russian icons, where you see the images of Mary and Yahweh Shai, or the son and the mother, and the different icons of the saints, and when you see the angels, you see them always being black, so-called black. All right, because that's what they actually were. And it's accounts of people that seen them that said just that. One dude said they had brown leathery skin with afros.
Or swept it under the rug entirely, fearful of a skeptical national security community. Today, we know better. UAPs are unexplained, it's true, but they are real. They need to be investigated, and many threats
Yeah, they are real. Okay, everything we've been telling you is real. Just like we told you about that seed thing that Esau is about to implement. We told you about the famine, the destruction that's coming, the earthquakes in diverse places, the Lord coming back, destroying people before the missiles finish everything off. All that is real, all right? All that is real. So now, let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him. And that's what you see. You see the brothers out there on the streets, on the highways and the byways, in season, out of season, not taking no bribes, not selling out. All right? Before who? The faces of such have afflicted them. Who afflicted us? The same so-called white man that's in power, calling the shots, that's planning all this murder, that poisoned everybody. These same devils that don't want you in their neighborhood. All right? When they have to come to your neighborhood, they act like they love you. But Lord forbid you go into a all Edomite neighborhood. They're going to sit there. They might start burning crosses on your lawn the whole nine. All right? Because this devil is never your friend, man. You see? So don't never think that he is your friend. It says, and made no account of his labors. All right? What's that speaking about? Speaking about here in America, man. That's why at one point they said they was going to give us 40 acres and 2 mules. Now it's way beyond that. They owe us more money than they can even imagine, man. So that's why the Lord's gonna raise us up, and we're gonna take back ours. We're gonna take the kingdom, man. The Lord is gonna give us payback. Like I said, that's one thing that we got to speak on too, is about slavery, right? I always say we got to mention that because that's part of the prophecy, man. All right, these devils and these other nations, they are going into slavery. It's all throughout the Bible. All right, and the Lord said it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Okay, and then it says, what's it? Isaiah, is it 33:1? When thou, matter of fact, let me make sure I got the right verse. In the book of Isaiah 33. Yep, that's it. Yep. Isaiah 33:1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and that was not spoiled. Spoiled meaning that robbed. The one that's going around. Who went around robbing the whole earth? Who robbed this land from the Native American Indians? All right. You so-called white people, you're guilty, man. That's why they're trying to rewrite history. They're basically still in denial, or they trying to pass the buck. Oh, no, that wasn't me. I got 64 10th, you know, got 1/64 of Indian in me. I got 2 drops of Native American blood in me. My great grandmother's cousin, aunt, uncle was Cheyenne, was Cherokee. You know, they all like the Cherokee, they all Cherokees, right? Oh boy. Well, the scriptures say, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, meaning death and destruction is coming for you. All right, and dealeth treacherously. And when you watch these movies about slavery, right? The one with, what was his name? Solomon Northup, 12 Years of Slavery, the Django, the Denmark VC movie. It was a good one, an old one to watch. Roots, Drum. When you see about these things, what was that? The Butler with Whippy and Mariah Carey and my man, what's my man's name? Ghost Dog. That Forrest Whitaker. All right, when they show you in the beginning how they were just taking the dude's wife while they in a cotton field, grab her, pop her, taking the shit, pop her, put his devil, and she got all that devil filth on her. Then she throws it back to you right in front of you and your son. They just watch the master just rape your woman right in front of y'all, and was no power in your hands. So that was some treacherous shit. And that ain't even scraping the surface, man. They would sit there, butt break Jake in, sit there and take a strong buck, and then sit there and break them down to put fear so nobody else, you know what I mean when I say break them down. I mean, them Edomites would sit there, either make another slave have sex with them, all right, tie him up, and Esau was doing his treacherous shit. All right, the other thing, like, which Elder Taj brought out at the camp the other day about Esau, that's where you get the term motherfucker. He would make the slaves fuck their own mother in front. They would do all kind of treacherous shit. So they gotta pay, man. They got a lot to pay for, man. All right, and again, this is all real. I'm not exaggerating it, none the least. Actually, I'm not even. It was harsher than that. The Devil's Punch Bowl. How about all these different cities that they turned into lakes, which is where they slaughtered towns of affluent Jakes, which were Israelites, so-called black men that they destroyed, and then just flooded their town out and turned it into a lake now. You see? So it said, and dealers treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. And when these devils came over here, all right, Gad and Reuben and the indigenous tribes, they taught these devils how to fucking, how to live off the land. All right? But it says, when thou shalt cease to spoil, thou should be spoiled. It's basically, you reap what you sow, devil. You can't sit, as much as you want to sit there and say, it wasn't me. No, it was you, man. All right? And the Lord got the receipts. All right? But it said, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Because that's what the devil will do. When they see that they losing, and that's why the scriptures say, never trust thine enemy. They'll sit there and want to be humble because they can't deny the fact that our people are waking up. Even going back when Jake didn't have the truth, that's why I didn't succeed. But nonetheless, during those slave revolts, which they knew who they were, and them slave revolts, a lot of them, they knew they were Israelites and that the kingdom of heaven was for us. They knew that in a lot of those slave revolts. But even going up into the 60s and 70s of this era, right, Esau still was trembling because every time they start thinking about the slave revolts, they start thinking about all the truth that they hid about our identity. So you got this clown, Hocab Malone, and he got you simple, stupid ass niggas. They going around sitting up here trying everything to try to debunk the truth, which basically they're attacking our whole existence. They're attacking our legacy, our history, all right, our power, the Most High. So that's why the Lord is going to tear them niggas up, man. You simple niggas that join with these fucking devils, man. And Vocab is a goddamn loser, man. He's a damn reject amongst Esau, man. That's why they sent him to come try to fuck around with us. But all you niggas that think that it's cute and it's cool to be cool with him, a buddy and ride the fence, the Most High gonna get you niggas, man. All right? But anyway, back to the scripture. It says, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. This is the Bible. O Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Excuse me. Be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. See? The Lord said, wait for me till I rise up against the prey. Because the so-called white man is going to be turned into the prey. All right? Right along with the other nations, man. They don't got next. The next world is not going to be ruled by these other heathens, man. Said, O Lord, be gracious unto us. We have waited for thee. Be thou their arm every morning. Our salvation also in the time of trouble. Aren't we now entering in the time of Jacob's trouble, man? Right? Where these devils, you see what they're doing now. They're evicting people. They're just putting the squeeze socially, economically. They got it to where people could barely get food. You can't even take care of your babies now. All right? A lot of Jacobs going crazy trying to find formula. A lot of them trying to breastfeed, but there ain't no milk left in them titties. Because of what? These women didn't take care of their bodies, and the Most High cursed them. That's because women are supposed to have milk in their breasts, all right? That's why they have breasts on their body. But a lot of these women don't even got powdered milk coming out of them things, man. Everything is dried up, just like everything else with these women, man. Because that's a curse, man. You see? In the kingdom of heaven, our women going to have voluptuous breasts with the freshest, finest breast milks, okay? Okay? You take a sip of that, man, you might get the spiritual power, man. In the kingdom of heaven, everything is going to be restored and better. All right, better than it ever was. And it's going to be on a whole nother level, a whole incorruptible level, man. Okay? But anyway, reading on, it says, be thou their arm every morning, our salvation also in the time of trouble. So now let me just go back to Wisdom of Solomon. Yeah, that's how it's all spiritual though, man. It's all spiritual. But now it's hard to read this without hitting them precepts too. But now this is verse 2, Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. It says, when they see it, speaking about what? The devil, Esau, our enemies. When they see it, see what? These chariots, these UFOs. And that's why my man's like, look, man, this shit is real. We got to really investigate this stuff. And seeing it's another guy that comes on a panel.
But they are real.
Yeah, they're real. There's another guy that comes on a panel. He talks down like as if, well, we got to make sure that this ain't no new type of unknown technology from Russia and other. Man, y'all know what time it is, man.
Need to be investigated. And many threats they pose need to be mitigated.
See?
Under Secretary Moultrie, Mr. Bray, thank you for coming today. First, we need you to update us on the status of Ames.
Yeah, and you're going to have the other devil speaking that's going to try to downplay. And this nigga should be ashamed of himself. Oh, bald-headed nigga. First of all, you ain't supposed to have no goddamn bald head. All right, the scriptures tell you that. And why the hell are you up there, associated with the damn devil, man? Okay, the Lord said you ain't supposed to have no other gods before me, man. You're not even supposed to vote for no other nation to be a ruler over you. All right, that's in the scriptures, man. Okay, but he gonna get that seed thing if he ain't got it already, because there's a lot of people that got the seed thing already, man. Okay, but all right, back to verse 2. It said, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Because even though they see these what they call them phenomena, unidentified aerial phenomena or UFOs, even though they say, okay, we know that they're here or whatever, but not in their mind, they're like, no way they're gonna come here to save the niggas. These niggas, especially them crazy niggas out there cursing us out. Nah, them they ain't coming for them. They're going to beam them up inside the chariots and they're going to have new bodies. No. They think that that's the last thing that's going to happen. They see these devils, a lot of them actually got that pride. They think that they're going to find a way to forever destroy us and kill us and enslave us. All right. They're going to take some niggas into slavery. They never see that they're going to lose this war. They don't think that they're going to actually be the ones that's going to go into slavery. That is the shoe's going to be on the other foot, so to speak. There's going to be a changing of the guard. All right. The table's going to be turned. They don't see this happening. So that's why when it happened, they're going to be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation so far beyond all that they look for. And they repenting and groaning for the anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had some time in derision. Yeah, we was locking them up, trumping up charges, get RICO charges and this, that, and the third. We were sitting there, and then primarily, even more so, because the 2/3, hey, them niggas is wicked, so they deserve what they get. But now the elect, they done persecuted, they done killed the prophets, and, they even down to what they still do to us, man. Sitting up there, they struck Apostle Ronald's page, and that's one of the main page, Apostle Tahar's page, Apostle Gabar's page, Apostle Ronald's page, the main camp page. Those are some of the main pages that's pushing out heavy portions of this word. Then of course you got the other brothers that are under the body or a part of the body of Great Millstone. All right, brothers' pages is heavy, man. You got a lot of different camps throughout the four corners of the earth, constantly pushing out prophecy, information, the word of the Most High. So they sitting up there, fucking with brothers and jamming brothers' pages up, doing little demonic shit, rolling up on brothers, following brothers home, bugging brothers, sending scoffers. Sometimes the cops send drunks to the camps to try to start shit. You see what I'm saying? So even just on that level, dealing with the prophets and the men of the Lord that's out there, not even talk about the 2/3, because the 2/3, they deserve what they get at the end of the day. But it said they're going to be ashamed of it, basically. All right, so it said, and they repenting and groaning, and for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, in a proverb of a reproach. Yeah, because these crackers, they going around, you nigga. Even though a lot of that was staged. Remember how they were making fun of the Gadite down in, what was that, D.C.? I think it was at the Washington Monument, all those little Edomite kids. Then they end up, I think they won a lawsuit on top of that, man. You see? So it says, this is what these devils are going to say to themselves, man. We fools. They're going to realize how much of a fool they are. They're going to call themselves fools. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Because that's what they would say, right? A nigga's the worst thing. There goes the neighborhood, which a nigga ain't nothing beautiful about a nigga. But now the thing is that let's get it straight. The first niggas was what? Esau. Esau was the first nigga. All right? Which you get the word niggardly or like a stingy, cruel person. All right? So remember, Esau, and the scriptures say that he was a profane person, man, who sold his birthright for a morsel of meat. So Esau had never had no integrity, man. All right? And then going into slavery. They were some nasty ass devils, man. And still are. But they put that term niggas upon our people when they were the first niggas, man. But they now you seeing them being the new niggas. And they are going to become the new niggas, man. They're going to be the new court gestures. They're going to be the new entertainers. They're going to be the new slaves, man. All right? And we're going to be the slave masters. And it ain't going to be, you got that bullshit Lahab talking about, man. That's how you know he's cracked out of his mind, man. He's cracked out of his goddamn mind, man. You don't sit there and talk about when Yahweh Shai save us, we're going to be ruling for 1,000 years, and then these fucking crackers are going to come back. And are you out of your goddamn mind? The scriptures say affliction shall not rise again a second time. All right? Yahweh Shai is coming with an everlasting salvation. This is it. But anyway, it said, we fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. Because they ain't expect us to be the ones that the Lord is coming for. All right? They didn't expect us to be numbered amongst the elect of the Heavenly Father. So they put it in your minds that, the people that's going to heaven is these old crackers and these funny looking nations and these sellout Uncle Toms are going to be they butlers and kids. Nah, that's bullshit. The one that you call niggas, the one that you sit there and put all these terms on us that you call us BHI, all these fake false names, which we are the real Israelites. We're the ones who the Lord is coming back for. So that's going to fuck y'all up when y'all see this, because the Lord is going to have these devils see their salvation happening right before their eyes. How is he numbered among the children of the Most High? And his lot is among the saints. Because why? They believed in the lies that this devil told. He basically brainwashed, whitewashed, or corrupted the minds of the whole world by putting up the image of the Lord being a so-called white man, where people really believe that that's the image of so-called, what they say Jesus, which that's not even the real name. That's not the Lord's name. All right, Christ, Jesus and Christ. That's not the Lord's name. And if you're a Hebrew Israelite, you ought to be ashamed of yourself for using those names, man. Hey, brother, Jesus bless you, brother. Christ bless you. And the Most High. Like, you sound like these other motherfuckers in the church, these dummies into Christianity. But that's why the Most High is showing who got the truth, and he's basically making Christianity look stupid, man. All right? They try to come like they into the scriptures now. And since when Christians really cared about scriptures, man? All they used to do was what? Sit there and be singing songs, and, you know, maybe they might give you a John 3:16, and that was about it. Now they want to act like, well, we know what that is, man. All right? Because they see the prophets out there, man. The Spirit of the Lord is on the prophets, and we out there doing what the Lord said for us to do. All right? It says, verse 6. Again, this is what these elites are going to say. Therefore, have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. We worried ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. And that's all this devil does, man. With the gentrification, with the they fighting over Roe versus Wade and all that bullshit, which they set all that up to what? To destroy our people, the Planned Parenthood and all so forth and so on. All right, all the eugenics programs and everything like that, man. Come on. You see? It says, yea, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Lord, we have not known it. What have pride profited us? And what is these devils America known for? It's pride. That's why they sit there and gladly take on the character of an eagle. They use an eagle to represent their kingdom. All right, and the eagle is known as a bird that's has a lot of pride, and it flies the highest amongst birds. Okay, it says, or what good have riches with our vaunting brought us? Because who got all the riches right now? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasted by. So yeah, so that's what's going down. That's what happened in a nutshell. All right. Well, actually, this part didn't happen, but we're coming into that point, and it's gonna go back to when they see them chariots when it's actually happening. This is what they're gonna say. This is prophecy, and the Lord gonna have us remember these things just like we're remembering it now. The Lord is bringing everything back to our remembrance. The scriptures, the word, the knowledge, the understanding. All right, the prophecies, man. And it's just a beautiful thing. It's just a beautiful thing, man. All right, but with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai and say shalom to all you sincere Akim. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Barakathum, shalom.